Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp and Chance Wrestling. I am your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always, my man with the master plan, Mr. Chance Michaels. Chance, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Yourself?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain. Days are going, everything is everything. Life is beautiful, man.
It's
Yeah,
nice out
man.
today.
Huh?
Very nice out today for late October.
Well,
Sunny
it's
out,
nice. It's
50
crisp.
degrees.
It's crisp, but it's nice. I like
Yeah, it
it.
is
I like it. I like it. It got pretty warm yesterday, in the
16
afternoon.
degrees.
Yeah. But hey, man, like I said, this is one of my favorite times of the year as I look out the window, the trees, the colors. I mean, I don't know. How about you, man? Would you rather just live in seasons or just be hot?
I do like the summer the best, but I do enjoy the seasons, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
summer is my favorite time of year, but it's nice. We're lucky here. We have the fourth season. Our winter is very mild. It's a day or two of snow, and that's it.
If we
Yeah,
get that, like, every 5 to 6 years, we may get like a, multiple dump season, right?
yeah.
But for the most part, we're pretty lucky out here on the West Coast, man. But we do have a different cold though. Let's not,
Yeah.
-10 here feels like -40.
What's a wet cold, right?
Exactly, exactly. Now, speaking of a wet cold, we had WrestleDream this past weekend, the AEW's latest pay-per-view offering. Um, I thought the whole thing itself was okay. Again, too long,
Way too long.
way too long. I'm looking at this match card right now, and you know what? I mean, the matches were decent and everything, but here's where I will start with this show. Okay, very, very unprofessional of them to have their preview show carry on into the pay-per-view. Now, I don't know if you saw that or noticed it or
I
not,
didn't
Chad.
watch. I never watched the preview shows, but I heard about it. Yeah, that is very, very sloppy. I don't understand how that happens.
Okay, so they had FTR fighting, and I was in the other room at the time. Okay, so
Mhm.
this match was kind of happening while I was taking care of something else,
Yeah.
and I left and I came back, and pyro was going off all of a sudden. So I didn't even realize that the show had started.
Mhm.
And they had continued this match into it. Why would you have the pyro go off? You know what I mean? Like, this is like right off the bat, they're setting it up for criticism. I'm not trying to be critical of it or anything here, man, but I mean, if you're trying to be one of the big dogs, as you would
Yeah.
say, this is very un-big dog like. Your thoughts?
Totally agree. That would never happen if old man Vince started the show. That just goes to show you a lack of professionalism, a lack of people backstage, a lack of they know what they're doing, a lack of coordination, and it all falls on Tony Khan. He's supposed to be the captain of the ship, and you weren't ready for that. It just looks bad. Just another knock for people to knock AEW. They do something silly seems almost every time they come out. And just it's a small little thing, but it is a big thing at the same time.
Yeah, no, because I mean, at the end of the day, like, okay, I can understand what they were trying to do. Like, this action is so hot and
Mm-hmm.
heavy, we had to carry it over into the pay-per-view, blah blah blah. So, if you're watching the preview show,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that was done to entice the people at the very last minute? Hey, I want to see the end of this match. I have to buy this now. Do you think
Probably.
that?
I think that was definitely part of it. I think
That's
it might have been a combination of it could have been an error that they said, "Oh, we'll run with it," or it could have been done on purpose. It's hard to say with Tony Khan.
well.
You don't
The
know
other
what that
part
guy.
is, it's like, okay, the pyro, is it on automatic or it's someone pushing a button? You know what I mean? Like, that
Mm,
didn't have to go off.
I know. Yeah, it's. I didn't watch any of the previous show, but I definitely read about it and heard about that. That
I
had
didn't watch
mixed
your baby
reaction.
show either, but I just had it on in the background because it was, going to
Hmm.
continue on to the show itself.
Yeah,
Um, the card itself, man. Let's just quickly take a look at it here. We had the Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand. Again, what are they doing with Bobby?
I guess
Like,
Tony Khan views him as a mid Carter. I guess.
but he's not. He's below mid card now.
I
Like,
don't.
nothing against the Demand. But
It's
are you seriously going to take Ricochet seriously here compared to those two?
no. I guess Tony Khan's thinking, and I've said it before. His mentality is he's a nerdy guy, and
Hmm.
his mentality is guys that are built and strong and fast shouldn't be in the main event. Guys like Darby Allin that look like a guy in the crowd with some paint should be the top of the list. He's trying to turn wrestling upside down and revolutionize it, and it's absolutely not working because he gets 600,000 700,000 people watching Dynamite. So his mentality is not grabbing the masses. So I don't know what he's doing with Bobby. I bet you Bobby must be choked being there. He must be livid. He's not going to say it, but it's nuts.
I'm sorry, man. I personally feel he's having a worse run there than he would have had at WWE if he stayed.
Oh, he's hands down.
Right. And I'm sure WWE, we'll get into that a little bit later here, but I would bet you anything they would love to have him back if they could.
Yeah, he's
especially right now.
Amazing talent.
Right. Okay. So let's move on here. So we had Mercedes Moné as well defending her title. At this time, we didn't know who it was, but it turned out to be Mia Shirakawa, the Ring of Honor, I believe. She's a Ring of Honor champion.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes ends up going on to win her 11th or 12th title here, which breaks or exceeds Ultimo Dragon's run. She's taking a lot of heat for it. Warranted, granted, or are people just jealous?
I don't think anybody's jealous because a lot of these titles she have are insignificant. And you can't blame her. She's not the one booking these matches. She's not the one telling Tony Khan and CMLL and all these other things she has belts for that I'm going to win or else. They're letting her win. They're trying to do something significant. They're trying to make history with her. So they're giving her all these belts, trying to make her like this huge female star. So it's not her fault. So people shouldn't be jealous of it. But a lot of these belts she has are insignificant. And I know that's harsh to say, but they just don't mean a whole lot.
No, it's not bad to say, bro. There's nothing wrong with saying that. I said that last night with Mike D on his show as well when I did the live with him. Check it out, guys and gals. Mm-hmm. Also, before I forget, man, I always forget to do this. We are a part of the WSN network, man. Make sure to check us out there as well. You can find WSN on Roku, on Apple TV, on Spotify. Everywhere you can find us, you can find them. But the beauty of these guys is the reach that we have within their platform. Great content there, guys. Not just us, but you can get podcasts from all different walks of life, all different takes. And you know what, Chance? Before we get right back into it, I've been in contact with a few of these other guys out on the East Coast that we're going to try to bring onto the show here for like friendly debates and stuff like that. Yeah. There's a couple guys in Pennsylvania, the Brothers of Discussion. I think you'll really like them.
That's a cool name. That's a creative name. I like that.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're out of Allenstown, Pennsylvania. So I'm in talks with them right now, trying to get a couple of those guys on. Yeah, but anyways, back to this though.
So I think Tony Khan's angle is we have the best female wrestler in the world, Mercedes Moné. She's the most decorated champion ever in women's wrestling. So that's kind of the selling point here. I understand it, but at the same time, some of these belts are insignificant and it's just too much. But it's not Mercedes Moné's fault.
No, it's not her fault. But I think, again, for myself personally, I find it a bit redundant now, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, with so many straps, and like you said, a lot of these places, for example, one of those straps, and one of the companies that she's a champion of doesn't run a show, like maybe 2 shows a month.
Yeah.
Maybe one show a month sort of a deal, right? So, I mean, by all accounts, this woman should be working every weekend if she's not somewhere else defending a belt. Yeah. Like, how do you have 12 titles and not have a title defense?
There's only one week. I know there's only one thing I can give AEW credit for. She is doing way better with AEW than she did in WWE. WWE, she was, middle card, mid average at best in the women's division. Now in AEW, she's their top star. So it's actually one thing Tony Khan has actually done. He's actually took a former WWE talent and he's actually helped make them better and elevate them. And usually it's the other way around, but this time he actually did it.
Okay.
Because she's accomplished way more with AEW than she didn't accomplish much in WWE.
No. But here's the thing: when she was in WWE, she was under the tutelage of one Mr. McMahon, right? Who doesn't take any BS.
Yeah.
Right. You do things his way because he knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
She was a problem child for the company. Like, I'm taking nothing away from Mercedes Moné, okay, and Sasha Banks, whatever you want to call her. But the reality of it was she was hard to work with in WWE.
Oh yeah, right? Well, she took her bags and went home. I bet you she still is hard to work with. The only difference is Tony Khan lets you do what you want.
This is the thing. This is what I'm saying. So yeah, her run in AEW is what it is because no one's telling her no.
Exactly.
No one's pushing back. So is that a Tony Khan? Hey, good job, Tony Khan. You're not pushing back. You know what I mean? Like it's like, it's like how I contradicted myself last night. A little bit, right?
Yeah.
And you pointed that out to me this morning. And we'll get to that in a second here because I like to own my shit. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Right. But the reality of it is, for me, I look at Mercedes Moné. Yeah, she's great right now because she's got her way the way she wants it.
Yeah.
If she were to go by what Tony wants her to do, would she take her ball and go home again? She did that twice in WWE, man. I'm
Yeah, no,
surprised McMahon let her back the second time.
no, she's
She
she's
tried to
definitely
bring
difficult to
Bailey
work
down
with.
with her the first time, then she tried to bring Naomi down with her the second time. You know what I mean? It's
To
like,
the walkout, yeah.
it's just like she needs to have someone beside her to do it. She can't do it on her own. I'm just saying, sorry, I'm not shitting
Yeah,
on
no,
her.
I know. It's just it's too many belts, and I've always said this about AEW, WWE. I don't like AEW stars going on companies below them. I don't like WWE going talent going on other shows either below them because that's like NFL guys playing in the CFL. It cheapens your brand and it weakens it because now you're saying CMLL is on the same level as AEW. But wait a minute, WWE is supposed to be number one, AEW is supposed to be number two. But when you guys start wrestling on other cards, you're saying these are equal to us, and that cheapens the product, in my opinion.
No, yeah, no, it's fine, and I can see that as well.
Right?
But at the
That's what
same time,
That Vince would
what
never
what
have done that, right? He would have
but
been
but
like,
the
"No, we're the best. You come here."
but at the same time though, WWE keeps those other companies they work with beneath them though. They don't keep them at a level field at
No, but
the
when you're putting
WWE
Dominic
level.
Mysterio on a show and you're throwing random WB people out there, to me, it says, "Wait a minute, our company is just as good as yours because you're letting your talent come on our show to wrestle our wrestlers. So that means our guys are on par with your guys. You're not going to
But
see
their
Baker
guys never
Mayfield
win
go play with
though.
the
I see
CFL,
what you're saying. I see what you're
right?
saying, but that's more on the AEW side. I think on the WWE side, when it comes to AAA, they still go over there and dominate the
No, I know,
WWE
but
people.
eventually, but it's
I know,
still
I know what you're
still
saying.
just
I'm
sharing
just
the
saying.
same ring, right?
No, I get that, but
Right.
they still make their talent stand out where AEW actually makes it more of an even playing field between the two talents. That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah, you're
Okay,
right on
look.
that.
So look. At the end of the day, here's how I feel about Mercedes Moné 12 titles. I'm excited for her. I'm happy for her. But I sat there like, fuck, another one.
Mm.
Like, okay, so when she loses, is she going to lose in such a grand fashion that she's going to lose belt after belt after belt after belt? Like, honestly, I don't want her to contend for the AEW's women's championship like she tends to do now
Yeah,
with 12 straps, man. Get rid of the other ones.
it's too much.
That's
I
all
don't
I'm
know
saying.
what they're going to do.
That's
They're
all
going
I'm
to have to have
saying.
some sort
It
of
just
tournament.
nothing against her, but it's like after a while, okay, you see a team winning, winning, winning. You want to see them lose,
Mm-hmm.
right? Unfortunately. And that's just the way it was wrestling. But listen, let's just go straight to the main event here. The rest of the card was okay. Is there anything that stood out for you before we move on here?
Yeah, I thought the best match of the night, personally, just for wrestling, it was a little too long. They need to cap these matches. Should be a 20-minute time limit on this. But
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe was a pretty good match.
Yeah,
Again, it doesn't need to go. I can't remember the time it went. It went over 20 minutes. That's too long.
yeah,
You don't need to do every match be half an hour. But that match stood out to me.
yeah. The Joe match was good too. The Joe and Hangman
Hangman and
Page
Joe.
match
Yeah,
was good.
my problem with Hangman Page is that he portrays a tough cowboy, and we see him crying and whining all the time on social media, crying in press conferences. So to me, it's hard to take the guy seriously. But it was a
Fair
good
play.
match, though.
Fair play. All right, I wanted to move on to the I Quit match
Mm.
and the controversy around that.
Yeah.
When's enough? I'll start with that. When is
Well,
enough? Like when is too much too much?
like I said before, Tony Khan is trying to go for the adult crowd. He's trying to go like the key demographic in wrestling is what 18 to 49. That's the people they want watching. They don't care too much either other way. So Tony Khan is trying to be AEW is for adults. That's what he's trying to do. So he's trying to go hardcore. He's trying to be different. He's trying to do something that stands out from WWE. You won't see that in WWE. So he's trying to push the envelope. He's trying to push the line, hoping that some of those hardcore fans that WWE lost will come over here and watch this hardcore brutality. Anything goes, you blood, guts, and gore. That's what he's trying to do. I'm not saying that is right. That's what he's trying to do. And two guys, and John Moxley's a masochist. He just loves to bleed and take pain. That guy.
Well,
and
I'm referring to the particular spot at the end. Like, okay, the match was brutal itself, but
yeah,
interestingly enough, there was no color.
mm-hmm.
This match had no color, which is interesting because according from what I understand, there are some regulations in the state wherever they were. Where were they? Indiana? I'm not even sure where they were for this show. I apologize, man. I don't have that here in front of me. Where were they performing? Pay-per-view. St. Louis. They were in St. Louis. They were in Missouri. Okay, so apparently the state regulation is color is not allowed or something. I don't know exactly what that means, but apparently due to commission or whatever regulations, color wasn't really, they didn't really want color. So you had this match without color. Now, I think I'm going to ask you this question, which will lead into the point here. When you were a kid, and I'm not talking high school kid, I'm talking little kid, when you thought wrestling was still real, did you guys play wrestling at school?
School all the time, yeah.
Okay, so when we were kids and we played wrestling, and yeah, I got a couple years on you. When I put a figure four on a kid, we really put a figure four on the kid. It wasn't a working block. It wasn't a working hold. It was legit shoot because we didn't know any different. Like, how many of your buddies or friends or guys that you saw playing wrestling left crying because they were actually in pain?
Well, a quick little story for you. My brother's a world-class gymnast.
Yeah.
Picked up Meat Man and gave him a power bomb.
Right.
On the trampoline. The problem is when he gave him the power bomb, he hit him on the metal part, the blue pad.
Sure.
Metal bars.
Got him.
Hit him, trampoline broke, and gave him a concussion at like 11 years old. Because he saw, so that was 92, 93. He saw Razor Ramon doing the Razor's Edge. He's doing the Razor's Edge on Meat Man, gave him a concussion, smacked, busted the trampoline up.
Okay, so
that was before hardcore.
So just to give me a bit of perspective here, Meat Man's a big man. How big was he then?
He's a big kid.
Your brother must be pretty strong then to have been able to do that.
Gyms are super strong, man. They're very strong people.
Fantastic. Okay, so we did the same thing, right? How many times, like even me, I took some real working shots, right? Like real hard shots here. But we didn't know any different, which leads me to the spot. Kids are susceptible. We live in a generation where kids are eating Tide Pods, man, as a challenge, right? Who's to say there's not going to be some kid who hasn't probably already done it, put their buddy's head in a fish tank of water and drown them?
You're right. Kids copycat stuff, especially wrestling. The only saving grace Tony Khan has is not many kids watch his shows.
No, but not many 18 to 49-year-olds watch the show either. No. Okay. Now, I've always stated that if WWE wants to get the fans back, they need to get rid of the PG rating and go back to TV 14, which AEW has been.
Yeah.
So the argument there kind of kills itself. Is AEW that bad? Because the 18 to 49 demographic has a wrestling program they can watch with all the stuff that they like. So they're still not showing up.
No, I know.
So this is a bigger problem than just the content, right?
Yeah. I think with Tony Khan is he's, like I said, he's trying to make wrestling backwards. He's trying to tell you that Darby Allin, don't get me wrong, the guy is, he can run and jump like the wind, but you're trying to sell him to us as a tough guy. When if you look in the crowd in St. Louis, 98% of the men in the crowd could kick the crap out of that guy. So when you're selling him as a tough main eventer, it's hard to swallow.
The one thing I'll give Darby Allin, he climbed Everest.
Yeah, he's a great athlete. But
but it's just that you can't take. You know what I mean? It's just like I think he could probably take most of the people in the crowd.
No, people get smashed.
You think so?
The average guy drinking a beer that's a plumber, the grip those guys have will squeeze the life out of that little guy.
Okay, fair enough.
But my point is not. You don't have to be a tough guy in wrestling to be over. Like you've had the little guys, but when you keep putting the little guys on the top and you're putting Bobby Lashley's on the bottom, and it's just like the average guys are just too unbelievable.
Well, listen, I mean,
it was a good match. Like if you like the gore, if you like the
violence, I didn't mind the match because there was no color. I think if there was color, I'd have more of an issue with it, just because the way Moxley bleeds, it looks like a stuck pig when he bleeds, and Darby Allin when he bleeds. I mean, they're relentless, right? Like especially when you got two guys who aren't afraid to do anything.
Well, I think the best thing is that Moxley finally lost. So I don't know if this Death Rider thing is going to carry on as strong. That Death Rider thing's been a dud. So hopefully this breaks up the Death Riders, or they take a step back. We don't know what happens yet. We'll see. We'll see tonight on Dynamite.
You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up.
And Sting came out too, right?
Well, Grandpa Sting came.
Yeah. So that was
not regular Sting, not regular Sting. Grandpa Sting.
Yeah, with the gray hair. Yeah.
And it was kind of funny though, because I'm watching this. Okay, I'm literally watching this, and I know what I'm watching, and I'll give them credit, man. They made me think out loud. Okay, if they make me think out loud while I'm watching a wrestling show, then it can't be too bad. Yeah. I'm watching this guy get destroyed at the end. I'm thinking, wait, doesn't this guy have anyone in the back? Like, where is everybody?
There comes Sting.
But then all of a sudden, lights go out. And this is what confused me. I think this is what made this segment shitty. Okay, the lights go out. They come back on. Where the hell's Neville? Where's Claudio?
You mean Pac?
Huh?
Pac.
or sorry, yeah, Neville, sorry, Pac.
I like Pac. I'm a big
Right,
fan.
yeah,
He's a
yeah.
great wrestler.
You know, you look at where did all these guys go? Everyone
Yeah.
disappeared. Yes, Marina Schaefer was there. He carried her away at the end. I bet Punk really got a kick out of them smashing the fish tank.
So now is Sting back as like a manager? Is he back as
I don't
advisor?
know. Maybe it's a one-off, but man, that's Grandpa Sting. That's all I'm going to say, man. I mean,
Yeah,
you talk about a
it's good for the
360.
pop, right? It gets the crowd going,
It does. It gets the crowd
and they
going.
love
But I
Sting
mean,
in St. Louis, right? So I mean, I get
no,
it.
no, I get that. I get that. But where was the rest of the locker room? Which leads me to this point. Can Moxley leave right now? There is no one there anymore. Let's think about this card last night. There was no Swerve on there. There was no Osprey. I get it. Osprey's injured and he's getting healed up. There was no Kenny on this card. You know that there was no Swerve.
Mhm.
There's no MJF. There's no Edge. There's no Christian. I'm not saying that they're big stars, but who do they have right now running?
Well, they're gonna go. They're gonna, yeah. They got. We'll have, I'm sure we'll see MJF tonight. I'm sure Edge and Christian will come out.
Well, we'll see. Well, I mean, I'm just saying right now. They're like, you know,
But
we
I
talked
think the
about.
Moxley thing is getting stale. Like this Death Rider thing was kind of a sad crew, if you ask me. Masochist, like they wasn't. The Death Riders are not going to connect with the regular person. It
Well,
was
what they
just.
were trying to do, I get
I
what you're
don't get it.
saying, but I mean, putting a plastic bag on someone's head and choking them out, like just some of the stuff that they do is
Mm.
just so easy, and the things to make those things happen on the playground are so accessible.
I think what Tony Khan's got to do, because Kyle Fletcher's one of their best workers in the ring. Get the guy a manager. Get the guy
Kyle
some
Fletcher's
promo
with
skills.
the Don Callis family.
I know, but like he needs somebody to talk for him too. More
Yeah, but no,
talking.
yeah, well, okay, but you got someone right in front of you, man. You got someone you can
But
elevate to the main
I don't
program.
think that's what I'm saying. So I should have said it better. I don't think he should be at the Callis family. I think he needs a more of a more individual stuff. I don't. I think he's getting lost in the shuffle of that Callis
No, no,
family.
no, no,
I
that's
think
fine.
put him with somebody that can talk for
I
him.
get that. I get that. But you
But
have someone right there in Bobby Lashley who should be
mm,
contending right now. I'm like, look, I
oh
get
yeah,
it,
absolutely.
but everything else is stale. Bobby's the next thing. There should be no one else in front of Hangman except Bobby Lashley now.
Well, I would destroy that guy in 30 seconds. I'd love to
Regardless
see
if
it.
he
But
does
yeah,
or not,
I know. He's the main
regardless if he
eventer.
does or not, right? This is all I'm going to say. Okay, let's move on to
But
WWE.
overall, it was not a bad card. There was some
No, it
like
wasn't bad. It was
all right.
decent, but I mean, you know, these are those.
And then
These are the.
they had the Young Bucks and Jungle Boy out there, and it was
Yeah,
all right.
no, I mean, it was good. I liked all that. It was fun. I mean, it was again, it was AEW. I'll just leave it at that. And you know, at the end of the day, the show was too long, and these are the moments where I'm glad we live on the West Coast.
Yeah,
You know, the show ended at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I still had a couple hours
yeah. It
that I
was
could do
midnight
whatever.
back there. It's nuts.
Exactly, right? It's too much. It's too much. All right. WWE, before we go into all the other stuff, I want to pay my condolences to one Mo from Men on a Mission. Men on a Mission, Mabel. You guys, some of you might know him as Viscera, some, you know, Big Daddy, whatever, Big
Big
Daddy
Daddy V.
Viscera, Big Daddy V. Both of them have passed away now. I don't know if Oscar's still alive. I haven't seen anything on him, but I think
I'm
he's
not
still
sure.
around. But Mo passed away last Friday. Very disappointed in WWE. I am. I truly am. Not a single graphic. You know, yes, they said something on Twitter, X, but they did nothing. Not even graphic, man.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what you.
I'm not saying that Men on a Mission were an integral part of, you know, black wrestling in that way. Don't get me wrong. I think they were, but they weren't. I mean, you know, did they open doors for some other guys? Sure, they probably did. But the reality of it is they were just a good tag team at the time.
Yep.
And you know, they were a part of the they fit into where they were supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
right? He needed $30,000 for a transplant.
Yeah.
And you sent me something yesterday, and I'm just gonna kind of, you know, um paraphrase it here a little bit. TKO, WWE, but TKO does not support or help their athletes outside of rehabilitation, this and that. Everything else is up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I get it. He hasn't been a part of the organization for a long time. And I'm going to, you know, we keep harping the fact Vince, but these are the things Vince did. He
Yep.
helped people. Okay. If Vince, you're right. If Ian, you're right. If Vince was around, he would have been taken care
He
of.
would have gave him 30 grand for that for
He would
sure.
easily. That's nothing. That's a drop in the hat for him,
Oh yeah,
right? That's like dinner for the guy with
yeah.
him and his buddies. Ooh, you got the whales in the background there,
He's
brother.
happy. He's pacing briskly.
There you go,
Happy.
man. There you go.
But yeah, I know we put up a tribute on X for Sir Mo there, 58 years old.
Yeah.
It's sad even some of the wrestlers that I liked Men in Dimension when I was teenager. They were fun, they're entertaining. I
Yeah.
loved Viscera when he went dark. Like he was a great talent. And Mo, yeah, was Mo top talent? No, but he was good. It was fun. It was a good quality tag team. And even some of the wrestlers he grew up with, he figured everybody could throw in $5,000 and get the guy a kidney. Maybe he was a bad guy and they didn't like him. I don't know the situation. It's sad how he went out though.
Yeah. Okay. So I have it here. May I read it quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So you sent this to me. This is via WAN, WN. What do they stand for? Wrestling Observer. Oh, is that the Wrestling Observer newsletter?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is from a reputable source.
Mm-hmm.
Say what you want about Dave Meltzer, but I mean, this is from his company, right?
Yeah,
and,
he knows his stuff. Whether you agree with him, he knows his stuff.
He does know his stuff. I mean, some of it it's debatable, but I mean, this is factual stuff, right? WWE/TKO policy is only to fund drug rehabilitation, not organ failure, cancer, or life-threatening conditions unrelated to substance abuse.
So I guess he should have said he was a cocaine addict and they would have given him $30,000 for a kidney transplant. I don't know.
Well, look,
I can guarantee you one thing. I don't know for sure, but Mo was probably living on some sort of disability, some sort of welfare working. But the guy didn't make much money, and he hasn't worked in about 25 years. So
they didn't help Kamala. They didn't help Kamala. Okay. Would Vince have done something if he was around?
I think so.
You think so though? No, let's be honest. We're going to like 95, 96. This is they were
I think if Sir Mo
94 to 96.
I think if Sir Mo would have got a hold of Vince personally and it actually got to him, hey, Vince, I need $30,000. I have a kidney transplant. I'm going to die. Yeah, I think he would have done it.
If you reach out to him, okay.
If Vince knew, I know this is on social, but Vince doesn't check social media, right?
Yeah.
He'll get his publicist to write something on X for him, but he doesn't. I don't think he surfs the website. This guy's too busy doing whatever he's doing.
But see, this is the thing I say to people. This is what I say to people. Everyone wants to shit on everybody, right? And I'm not saying Vince McMahon did good or great things. Some of the stuff he did was wrong. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. I get it. But he did wrong, but he didn't do wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean. He might have done a couple bad things, but most of the things he did was good. He took care of a lot of people, made a lot of people a lot of money. And
it's not even that, bro. That's not the point I'm trying to make. I mean, I'll equate it to Hulk Hogan as well. Like, unfortunately, you have to die in order for people to realize the good things that you've done, right? Like, everyone's so critical of Hulk Hogan. Everyone's so critical of Vince McMahon. But the reality of it is there's so many good things that these two men have done without cameras around, without putting it out on social media.
Thanks for saying that. I'll give you a perfect example. Ric Flair said it. After Hogan died, he never said it. Hogan went to visit him in the hospital when he was sick that time. Flair was going to die a few years ago. Rick needed, I don't know, over $100,000. Hogan gave it to him and told him, "Don't have to pay me back, Rick. This is for you." Hogan never bragged about it. He never said nothing about it. We know about it now because he passed away, and Flair's like, "Hey, wait a minute, guys."
Well, that's just one. That's just one with a whole high-profile individual like Ric Flair. I'm going to go even deeper. The common fan who was standing outside of Hogan's beach shop. Hogan walks by, sees him, looks at him, says,
"I'm so glad you brought this up."
Right? He looks distraught. He would make the time to walk up to this guy and talk to him. In essence, there's a lot of people that Hogan probably talked off a ledge without even realizing it.
So every time you see a video of Hogan in Walmart, at the gas station, he posed with every fan. "Hey, brother," videos love the fans. Hogan is the most famous and popular wrestler ever. He couldn't go anywhere without somebody noticing him. And then you have this guy named Phil Brooks on Instagram wrote, "Stop following us in the airports. Stop showing up at the hotel. You've been told no. You're not fans, you're stalkers." Dude, if you don't like being recognized, quit your job, go live in the woods. You are paid millions and millions of dollars. And if a kid or a teenager wants to ask you for an autograph, that comes to the territory. If you don't like it, get the hell out of here, dude.
Hey,
the biggest whining crybaby I've ever met.
We are
Such a clown
working.
guy.
We are working our ass off to get bigger and bigger and bigger
Hmm.
in our genre,
Of
in
course.
our world,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But I also know if we ever reach a certain level,
Hmm.
there's people going to be calling out to us. People
Hmm.
reaching out to us. Hey, you're Samp. Hey, you're Chance.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I mean that's just a part of the game. I get it, and
Again,
you're
if
not
you're eating
wrong.
dinner with your kid and somebody's harassing
Right.
you, okay, fine. But if you're walking in the airport, CM Punk, and somebody wants your autograph, too damn bad, you cry, baby.
No, no, that's different. But I will agree with you that there are times, and
Hmm.
pick your situations wisely. People, they are humans.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're smothering them, that's a different story. I can understand
Hmm.
that part as well. Like if you're Rhea Ripley, and I can appreciate this, right?
Yeah.
You're just walking in the airport. Next thing you know, you're swarmed by 50
Well,
people.
that's different. It's different when it's a girl because they can't, it's a little more
Right, right, right,
scary.
right,
But
right, right. But if you're having dinner, if you're with your family, if you're in the middle of a conversation, don't interrupt people. Have some manners. That's what I'm trying to get at, right?
yeah, and just
So,
CM Punk whining and crying, being self-righteous, overvaluing his importance and his stardom. I mean, you send CM Punk through Walmart, you send Hulk Hogan through Walmart. It's no disputing who people are going to recognize over that guy. He's just such a. I don't think the guy's changed at all. He's a little more happy now because he's making a lot of money, CM Punk, but he's still a real jerk. Just read his ex stuff in his Instagram. You'll see what kind of jerk he is.
okay. So, speaking of CM Punk, you got CM Punk, Jay Uso, Saturday night's main event to crown the vacant world heavyweight champion. I know why they made that match. I don't agree with it, but it's about ratings, right?
Yep. Yeah, you know what? Like, do I
I
really
think
care?
Dom would have been better.
I think so. I
Dom didn't
don't.
have to win.
I don't think they want Don to lose on the big stage yet on the main event. I think they're bringing him up still. I understand Jey Uso is super popular. CM Punk is popular too. So you want to put the two popular guys out to have a match. So the average guy will tune in. CM Punk's going to win. Jay's not getting the belt back. So over to Punk.
Yeah, but see, this
I'd
is the
rather see
thing.
CM Punk versus LA Knight, something like that personally.
No, hey, I get it, but it's the ratings, right? I mean, to
Yeah.
be honest, man, I would have loved to seen Punk and Dom. I think that would be the fun match.
Yeah.
It would be a lot of fun to watch that match. I mean, they would be fun. Dom didn't have to win. I think he's okay right now if he took a loss at that level because it kind of shows that okay, yeah, he's still coming up, right?
Mm.
But not including the bronze in the battle royal makes me interested now because how is this going to affect the outcome of that match on Saturday?
Yeah.
You
You know
know they're
what?
not going to sit back.
Thanks for bringing up the Braun stuff. And to me, guy's an amazing athlete. Don't get me wrong, but he can't talk really. I got Heyman with him, but this Braun Breaker name, dude, you're not Braun Breaker. You're a Steiner. His last name should be Steiner, and bring out his uncle.
Hey,
Incorporate Scott in the story.
and maybe at some point they will. And
I hope
I
they do
agree
that
with
with
you,
him.
and I agree with
Yeah.
you. At some point they will. And you're right. And this is why I was talking about this last night as
Mhm.
well, right? I said, I think they did the right thing here by not putting the strap on Braun Breaker right now. I know they
Not yet.
want to.
Not really.
I know it's going to happen eventually, but he can't talk. Like you said, he still needs more seasoning. In my opinion, I think Dominic is higher right now than Braun is in
Oh
terms of
wait, Dominic is on a different stratosphere than Braun Breaker. Yes,
right.
Braun Breaker a better athlete, of course. Dom's not a good athlete, but Dom's a good entertainer, and that's what matters.
He's a great entertainer. He understands the business better
Mhm.
than Braun
Not even
does.
close, dude. Not even close. Braun needs to
Which is
be.
interesting because they're all second gen guys,
Some guys are smarter than others. Some guys pick it up
right?
quicker.
So Braun, yeah, Braun is the future, and I think they're doing the right thing here. But right now, and we talked about this
I
last
don't know
night.
if Braun's a future, dude. Like he does an amazing spear and he runs great. The guy's got no
Maybe he
charisma
is,
or personality.
but maybe it builds, right? We said the same thing about Roman. It took him a while to come into his own, right?
Mhm.
I mean, that pandemic was probably the best thing that happened to Roman Reigns because
But
there was no.
Braun is still. He's not a big guy. Like he's
He's
thick,
not
but
a
he's
big
not
guy,
tall.
but he's just stocky and he's just got that build, right? I mean, anything can look amazing on TV.
He needs to beat Brock Lesnar, and Brock needs to put him over to real certify him as a tough guy,
Well, hey, dude, he's young.
and that'll happen.
The journey is just starting, so we don't know what the direction is. Maybe
Mhm.
he isn't the guy. I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't
the
know.
guy hasn't
He's
emerged.
definitely in the mix of one of them
He's
for sure.
definitely right. I mean, and I like what they're kind of doing there, so it's good. Don't give him the title. He shouldn't have this
No,
title,
he's not ready for it yet.
right? And to be honest, you're building these guys up in such a way right now. When I look at WWE, I just look that Seth Rollins injury really screwed everything up.
But you know
It's
what?
just,
It's a blessing in disguise. It sucks for Seth, but you know what?
but it
It gives
opens the
other
door for
guys a chance.
Youngs. Exactly. And that's, I'm okay with that. So when I'm
Dom
looking
is the
at,
best character they have on the show right now,
dude,
hands down.
I love Dom, right?
No
And
doubts
you
about
know,
it.
they're dying for him to turn face. I mean, the fans are,
It's going to
right?
happen. It's going to be huge when he
Like,
does.
dude, how many times have you ever watched a Royal Rumble or something where the guy cheated and everyone booed? Where in his case, he jumps back into the ring and they start chanting his name.
Yeah.
You love it, right?
You know what? You know what's great about Dom? He realizes he's strong. No. Is he fast? No. Is he a good athlete? He's none of those things. However, he realizes you don't have to be. You just got to be a good character that the fans generate with, and that's all that you need. And he's
I
smart.
was watching that battle royal and I was looking closely at Dom. Okay. Now, near the end there, when there was only 5 or 6 guys left, 2 of them were the other Judgment Day guys, Finn Balor and JD McDonough. They were in there as well. And you saw Dom. If you go back and watch when those two were working in the front of the rope there at the entranceway, you had Dom sitting up against the rope, kind of just watching,
Yeah.
not helping his guys. You know what I mean? But making it look like he was hurt, but kind of watching at the same time.
Yeah.
So the guy has the psychology, right? He knows what to do. You're the entertainment side of it. Yes, absolutely.
That's all that matters.
It's
You know what?
phenomenal.
You know what the funny part is, and I heard somebody say this in YouTube chat, and I was watching a wrestling podcast, and one of the fans said this, and it's very smart. I can't believe I never thought of it. He said, "We don't watch wrestling for the most part for the matches. We watch it for the moments."
Exactly.
And Dom is creating those moments.
He's creating a lot of moments, and he's great. And I think this is going to lead to him turning face.
Yeah, it will happen. He's going to be huge when he does. But I don't think
it's going to happen until Liv's ready to come back.
I'm not sure when they're going to do it.
Well, I think they're going to prolong it as long as they can, right? You know, and I think what we'll probably end up seeing is Dom and Liv versus Finn and Roxanne at some point, right? I mean, we see it turning here. We see it happening.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's just how it's going to play out. I don't know. But the fans are already ready for him to become a face.
Yeah.
What else do we have going on here in the world of WWE, man? Selena Vega turned heel and joined her husband Aleister Black on SmackDown. Would you consider that a replacement for Karrion Kross and
Scarlett? Yeah, I guess it's something similar, right? I mean,
it's very similar, man.
Similar. I mean, Scarlett is not nearly as talented as Vega is not nearly as talented as Scarlett is. They didn't capitalize on Scarlett. If you watch her paranormal stuff,
no, Scarlett's different.
Yeah, it's the same idea. They try to fill that void.
I don't know how many characters she's going to go through before something clicks, man.
I don't know. And same with Aleister.
Nothing against her. No, Aleister's Aleister. He's doing
good, but it's like he's never going to be over. They keep forcing him the Rusev stuff. I wish they just would have left those guys on the sidelines and have the young guys, and bring these guys up. These guys are recycled. It's like recycled tire with barely any.
I get it, but we are seeing bringing up the younger talent because I mean, like right now, I mean, we got Survivor Series coming up in a month, right? By this time in the last couple of years, we kind of already knew the direction, and I'm happy for this because it kind of leaves us thinking. But right now, I can't even figure out what would be the best match for Survivor Series for War Games.
I'm not sure what they're going to do with it.
No, because you think about it, everyone's feuding with everybody. The faces are fighting each other. Jay doesn't like LA Knight. LA Knight doesn't like Jay. Punk doesn't like either one of them. Jimmy's kind of tossed in the middle. Roman's kind of pulling, levers here and there from behind the scenes. So who's who? Who's who here? The only match that makes sense to us right now, and we were talking about this last night a little bit, and tell me what you think about it, man. The only War Games match that makes any sense, that has any kind of credibility, if Survivor Series was to happen in next weekend, would be the Y6 versus the MFTs.
We'll probably see that. Probably will happen.
But that's the only thing. Right? Yeah. Like you look at either side right now, there's no one there to carry the ball.
That's going to get with Punk, man. He's going to win. He's going to win the belt.
Punk's going to win the belt. I get that. But I'm just saying in general, you look at either side, who's there to challenge Cody? Nobody. Right? Jacob Fatu was supposed to, but he's getting his mouth fixed, which is fine. I get that. Right? But in the meantime, what's he doing? What's his program? Right? And then you look at Raw's side and you look at the whole roster and you're thinking, okay, who's what? Like I look at Dom as probably the brightest light right now on Raw.
They need to get rid of this brand stuff and just anybody can go on any show. Make it more entertaining, make it more exciting. Because remember before, back in the day in 97, 98, 99, Nitro would end or Raw would end. Oh my God, I got to tune in next week because I don't know how this is going to end. What we're going to see. They don't do that anymore. They don't make you want to like. I got to watch it next. They stop doing that. So I think if you mix the brands up, where anybody can be on any show at any time, stop this Raw and SmackDown draft. It's corny. It's outdated.
I think there's enough competition against WWE where they can do that now.
Yeah, easily.
Right. So let's see where they go. Well, listen, man, I tell you what, we've been going on and on and on. I guess we'll find out as we go along here what they're going to do. I mean, never doubt them. I'll never doubt them because they will figure stuff out here. It's just how they're going to figure it out. I don't know because right now, I'll be honest, man, this is probably a good time to be a wrestling fan because we really don't know what's going to happen next. Truly,
I think a good analogy for AEW, NWB right now at this current time. I'm talking about the writers here and the agents. A ship full of fools. There's no captain on either ship. That's the problem with both these products. And one more thing before I say that. This Friday, Halloween Hell, CAW at Hastings, our WrestleMania, so to speak, I guess. Fans bring the weapons. So we've got a pretty good number of tickets sold. We're going to set our record for us. So we'll see how it goes.
Hey, man, congratulations. I hope it's a good show, and I hope everyone comes.
It looks good on paper. We'll see how it executes. You never know.
Hey, look, I know how brutal these shows can get, especially the
Halloween. There's no blood allowed.
No, it's not even about that. It's just the shots that these guys will take. Like I've been there, man. I've seen what some of these fans bring in. You know,
some of the guys were told there's no bleeding. If it's accident, we've been told by the top from Ontario, there's no bleeding allowed. If the guy gets cut in the match, that's fine. There's going to be no purposeful blood out there. That's
Ontario.
Yeah, the guys that run the guys that own Hastings. All the way down the line. Emails to you guys. So we're all aware. We're all clear. We're okay with the weapons. Always no sharps. Check them. That's fine. No fans. So if you bring the weapon, you don't get it back. You can't sit within the crowd. And they're giving us 3 extra security guards, just in case you don't know. And there's going to be no bleeding on purpose.
Well, you know what? If the head office of Hastings Park is taking notice of CAW, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, they're just saying no bleeding. I don't know if they're taking notice.
No. But the fact that they're making that makes me think, hey, that's pretty cool, right? You know, they're concerned. So that's awesome. All right, man. That's it. I think we've covered everything here. There's not much more. All right, guys. I'm Bobby Sampson. He is Mr. Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great AC/DC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you. And next week, guys, we will talk a little bit about AI and wrestling. Does it work? Can it work? We're going to dig into it a little bit deeper and give you guys some insight on it next week. So that all being said, guys, the days are getting a little chillier. The days are getting a little shorter. I can understand people becoming lethargic with it all, and I get that. But you know what? Just exercise, go for a walk. This morning I woke up, I'll be honest, Chance, I was so tired. I was beat. I didn't want to get out of it. Right?
Gloomy out. It's cold in the morning.
Yeah, sometimes. And I pride myself on getting out of bed, and I did. But I'll tell you what, man. You know what changed it?
What's that?
Walking.
I think the best thing for anybody, any exercise, better than exercise. Yeah.
As simple as it sounds, I got out of bed, I stretched, and I went out for a walk, and I came back feeling refreshed and ready to go. So, guys, girls, there's no excuse. Fresh air is fresh air.
Yeah, and
get out there.
And if you don't want to go to the gym, whoever, that's fine. But like you said, as long as you're walking and moving, any exercise is better than no exercise. If you can have that mentality, you'll have a healthy life. I
went out for about an hour, for 45 minutes. Did a few laps, came back feeling good. You know what I mean? That's the message I have here for everyone. There are no excuses. Even if you're at the office, you're feeling lethargic, just go outside for a walk.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Get the blood flowing. Everything is everything. And last but not least, do not give up on your dreams and keep fighting for all the things that you believe in, because the people who are against you are the ones that don't want you to succeed.
Absolutely. Well said.
Samp and Chance are out. Have a great week. We will see you next Tuesday.